Hello and welcome to Raisina Ideas Pod. I am Malunjo and I have with me His Excellency January Makamba. He is the Minister of Foreign Affairs in East African Cooperation. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us.
Thank you, Malunjo, for having me.
My first question to you, sir. Tanzania and India have been fellow travelers since the days of decolonization.
Yes.
We, of course, have the history of solidarity.
Yeah.
But in the 21st century, how do we define our relationship? How can we build the solidarity of the past to tap into the opportunities that the future presents?
No, actually, our relations goes farther back, even before decolonization time. You know, we are joined by a pond that is called Indian Ocean. So it's a bridge across our two countries, two continents. We have a huge Indian diaspora in Tanzania. So we are really close culturally, economically, socially, politically. And of course, we work together towards the liberation of Africa through, even after, through the early days of new development venture. And this provides an underpinning for us to work together in the future. We are very inspired by India's journey now to become a leader of the Global South. I believe that we can complement each other because we still have a shared destiny. We still have issues that we have to contend with at the global level. And I believe that the legacy of our history and our common journey compels us to work together to shape a global conversation, to shape a better future for the world.
So we now know that Asia and Africa are both the regions which are growing at the fastest rates globally, and also both the regions are trying to integrate regionally. So are we competitors or are we natural partners? What do you have to say about that?
No, we're definitely partners. There are a lot of interdependencies. There are a lot of complementarities. There are a lot of similarities. We share same issues and challenges of underdevelopment. Our people have the same aspirations and ambitions. It's important and we will succeed in shaping global conversations and actions if we work together, if we join our voices. And absolutely, there's absolutely no way we could be competitors. And there are some examples, tremendous examples, where we've worked together, either in the United Nations, in the group of 77s, in the non-aligned movement, in the Commonwealth, for countries that are in the Commonwealth, to shape a future that we want. So we see a lot of complementarities that we have to exploit for us to be able to be successful as partners.
Now, India, Middle East and Europe have formed the IMEC. Is it time for India, Middle East and Africa to form a community, or maybe an Asia-Africa corridor? And how do we create infrastructure which works for all of us?
No, it's important because we have to do trade, and trade is facilitated by infrastructure. Infrastructure requires massive investment. Infrastructure connects people, move goods, and facilitate development. So the key thing for us is to be able to design these mega projects that are critical for us to connect. Mobilizing resources to do that and capacity to do that is something that is important. It's something that countries as India can take a lead because there are examples of success here in doing so. We, of course, will continue to rely on India's leadership in that regard, but Africa is ready for this partnership.
Now, SDGs are something which are a priority for all of us. And yet we know that we will not be able to achieve our goals by 2030 and we need a new arrangement. So is it time for us to conceptualize and think about it together?
No, I agree. As you know, SDGs were formed in the framework of the United Nations, and they relied on countries' capacity, political will, and ability to pursue them and implement them. I would say that because there's argument that probably we were overly ambitious, but from our perspective, we felt that the goals were reasonable, they were achievable. I think the key thing is that between the time that we put them forth and now, a lot of upheavals have happened in between, COVID and wars and so forth. I think that we probably need to reimagine development partnership to ensure that we have different set of frameworks in which we can operate under or operate in to pursue development. United Nations framework is one, which is important because it brings all of us together. But we see value in what we call plurilateral coalitions. Groupings or individual countries work together in a flexible manner, in more efficient and effective manner to make sure that all these development aspirations are realized.
Lastly, and most importantly, how do we reform multilateral institutions? UN Security Council.
That's a big one.
Do you think the introduction of African Union into the G20 was the correct step forward? How do we shake up all other global institutions?
No, it was. It was, and congratulations to India because this happened during India's presidency. It gives Africa a seat at the table. G20 is a forum where big decisions are made. The future of the world is decided. And for Africa to be given such a table is important. It's just now for us to organize ourselves in a manner that our participation in G20 is optimal and it results in the objectives that were envisioned. Now, in terms of the reforms of the United Nations, that has been a conversation over the past 20, 30 years. It requires tremendous political will. The way the United Nations is set up now, it provides a very powerful voice to few countries, members of the Security Council and permanent members of the Security Council particularly. So any attempt to democratize the United Nations, which is to dilute their power, will always be resisted. It doesn't make any sense to us. You have 193 countries, which is members of the UN, and you have 5, and actually 1, that can refuse a decision that has been made by 192 members. Even if you ask a 7-year-old, they will tell you that does not make any sense. So if the United Nations is to become a proper forum for pursuit of development, democratic principles, justice, it has to be reformed. This is a conversation that we must have, and we must have it openly and frankly. I think that it really has to. We really have to interrogate the intentions of countries in the P5, what they profess as democratic values. They have to be demonstrated through their openness to change and to make United Nations more democratic.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.